what's happening with the stand? What's the stand basically about?
So we are promoting our new range of fossil-free, so no crude oil based, biosynthetic oils.
And it's been extensively tested, and I do believe it's being used in cars now, isn't it?
It has been used for the last 3 years by Rowe Racing in their M4 GT3s. And they do endurance racing, so it's 24 hours, ultimate test.
If it's going to give up, it's going to give up then, isn't it?
Yeah, and they've actually found that SunSpeed performs better than crude oil-based products. But they've spent the last 3 years developing these, so it's not that they've just pulled a rabbit out of the hat. This is the absolute state-of-the-art. So we've got 5 new products, a race oil and 4 road oils, but those 4 road oils are also suitable for racing. The race oil, when we say race oil, we talk about endurance racing for race engines. When you walk around this show, there are lots and lots of road cars with cages in, with a remapped road engine, which that's where our road oils are absolutely fine. We won the Gen 1 TCR Cup last season in a Cupra that ran our road oil. And
see,
won the
that's different.
championship.
See, other manufacturers proclaim this, and it isn't quite, is it? Where Rowe actually do proclaim this, and it's true to word.
We try and tell it how it is. So people come to us and say, look, I'm running a Mini with this engine. What have you actually done mechanically to the engine to change it? Nothing. It's running a different map. So it's like, okay.
A bit like a mini challenge car, really.
Like a mini challenge car, yes. Which, we're supplying a few mini challenge cars with a drop of oil here and there. So, I mean, we've got these new products that we're really, really keen to talk about, to promote, because if we want to carry on racing into the future with internal combustion engines, we have to make some changes, whether we like it or not. The engine in here has it's running a fossil-free lubricant and a synthetic oil, synthetic fuel. And that's where we have to go.
With the fuel, has it had to be mapped slightly different because of the fuel? Or?
On this engine, it hasn't been mapped. On some of the classics, they have done some work on mapping. But we're focusing on the lubricant side and the greases, and there's very little now that can't be manufactured.
So if it goes to hydrogen, I mean,
that's a whole different ball game.
So
there'll be different oils for hydrogen. Because when you're burning hydrogen, your byproduct's water. So you've got a whole different ecosystem happening within the engine.
And the combustions, I think, is it 2 times more than petrol or 3 times? I can't remember.
It's more than, but all the chemistry is different. So you've got to look at where you get blow-by in a piston in a regular fueled combustion engine. You've got fuel vapor and things mixing with the oil. In a hydrogen engine, all the chemistry changes. So you need different products for that. And I was talking to Germany last year, and that is on their list of development projects at the moment. So they're looking at hydrogen. But what we're focusing on here is conventional internal combustion engines. We want these cars. I mean, that car was running at Spa in 1972. We want that to continue to run for the next 50 odd years, because it's an iconic vehicle, and there's no reason why we can't carry on running internal combustion engines responsibly.
But that's the key to it, isn't it? That is the key to it. I mean, let's face it, no one wants to go to British touring cars and there isn't a combustion engine. It just doesn't. I've
been to some Formula E racing. They're exciting, and I think electric engines are phenomenal. But it's a whole different. It's like the difference between riding a horse and a bicycle. It's 2 completely different things. But you don't get the sound. You don't. It's a different sensory experience,
isn't it?
Whereas, I mean, that thing howling around flat out, spitting flames and
arse end everywhere. It's just
mega.
It's a hell of a thing.
And we do a lot of work as well on road car coolants for electric vehicles, for hybrid vehicles. It's not that we're just focusing on internal combustion. We're looking at the whole car park and looking at what we can do to be more responsible. And the great thing is with all of the Rowe products is that manufactured in arguably the world's most advanced lubricant plant, where the products leaving the factory are manufactured in the most environmentally friendly way possible.
Yeah, that's outstanding. It is, as we said before earlier, the Rowe revolution, isn't it?
That's what we're trying to do.
It's fantastic, I think. It's just
it's fueled by a handful of us over here who are so passionate about this, because we don't want to see someone get a Sharpie out and go internal combustion engine end.
Yeah.
And we're doing everything that we can do to try and be more responsible and help others be more responsible. I mean, I'm on the stage tomorrow with Motorsport UK talking about sustainability in motorsport, because we've all got to embrace
it's bloody important.
It's so important. Otherwise, we will lose a large chunk of what we're doing.
Yeah.
So one of the advantages...
Yes.
One of the advantages, so if you have your BMW that takes BMW Long Life 4, for example, and you're running anyone's conventional fossil-based, crude oil-based oil, you can use this to top it up. So you don't need to flush, you don't need to do anything. Yeah, just a regular oil change, and it's fully compatible.
But you could do that with any car, basically.
With any car. With the
so if the other cars are using one, for instance, you could just supersede it by...
Absolutely. So it doesn't matter which brand of oil you're running in your car. You don't have to... We always recommend that you run a flush on any oil change, because it's good practice.
But if you're in that situation where, blah, 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 it doesn't matter. You can just top it up and away.
I mean, my pal of mine came over at the weekend. He's got a Q7, takes regular 530. And he said, I just need a litre. And I said, well, actually, I've got some of this. And so I just topped it up. It was just over a litre he needed to go, and chucked that in there, and it's fine. Yeah,
because my nephew and his chums, they use it in their CB500s for the CB500 championship, and they reckon the gear change and everything is just absolutely different level.
We haven't launched SunSpeed for bikes yet.
If it's going to happen, though, isn't it?
It will. So, I mean, the intention is to replace all the oils in the range with a biosynthetic equivalent, but it's going to take time. And at the moment, we've got the 4 most popular road oils, which cover a vast number of vehicles and a race oil, and it will grow over time. I mean, we're looking at HGV, we're looking at Agri. If you go and talk to the guys at British Army karting team, they've been running SunSpeed in their kart this season, and they said, on the straights, we're pulling away from the other competitors. Sealed engine, controlled fuel. Only difference is this.